Welcome back to another exciting episode. Today we're in Prospect, Maine at Fort Knox. Probably not the Fort Knox you're thinking of. This one is right next to the Penobscot River. So come along with me and see what we can see. As you see, there are ample handicap parking at the Fort Knox Visitor Center. Now you can start off at the gift shop and education center. I highly suggest that you do that. Now there are two exits out of the Fort Knox. You don't have to come back out this way, so I again highly suggest you start off here first. Plenty of great Civil War memorabilia and tchotchkes. And don't forget to look up. All kinds of interesting stuff to view. And there's also some really great information boards along the walls. You even have a bayonet submarine torpedo. They even have Civil War comic books. Cool. And on the back side of the visitor center, you do have handicap accessible bathrooms. A Hearns and a Hisens. And if you happen to be walking around the outside of the park with your dog, they even supply water for your pups. And there's ample seating outside to rest up before you take the tour in Fort Knox or after you come back. And you can overlook some of the ruins. It is an easy walk to the fort, but the walkway is stone, so if you have trouble walking on it, just be aware. Also be aware that not every place in the fort is handicapped accessible. After all, the fort was made in the 1800s, so they can only modify just so much. We are going to explore that area a little bit later. Now going into the fort is a little foreboding, to be sure. And of course you have your regular steps, but also you have your ramp. Now in the center of the fort, which I guess you can call the heart of the fort, has these little holes drilled in them, which they use as storage vaults that originally was going to be like a basement level, but they decided to use it for storage as well, mostly for fuel like coal. And these are the storage units that I'm talking about, running all the length of the center of the fort. It is America's first fort named after Major General Henry Knox. Now, interesting enough, next to the officers' quarters was one of the powder magazines. Ooh, very dark in here. The Fort Knox historical site features one of the best preserved examples of coastal defense fortifications constructed in the mid-1800s. Now, free interpretive guided tours of the fort are provided by volunteers when available between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Unfortunately, as you can see today, we didn't have any guides, and that's fine. You can go around and just look at the information boards and you'll be just fine. And it's also fun to explore. Now, at the time that we visited, they were doing some reconstruction, some remodeling, some restoration, so that by the time you guys get here, you'll probably see even more than what I did. I'm taking a small detour. We're going to go up one of the towers. Let's see what else they got up here. I do like these handrails. I see light. Ooh. Over yonder, you will see a bridge that has 2 towers on it. One of those towers you can climb up into. It's very tall. It's called the Penobscot Narrows Observatory, and that video just came out a few days ago, so go check that video out. It's a really neat video. You'll be happy that you saw it, I hope. This, evidently, is where they made the breads and stuff. This was the bakehouse oven. And then behind me, they had the kneading table where you would knead the dough. Nice. I'm assuming this is where they store the wood or whatever it is they used for the baking. And then according to the diagram, here off to the right was the drying room. And it wasn't used to, dry the bread or anything. It was used to dry the wood before it was used for the baking. Neat. Whoa, that's a lot of steps. But as we go up, this was part of the enlisted men's quarters. As you can see, bunk beds. And I assume, because of the large garrison, most of these rooms were indeed enlisted barracks. And you can see under a lot of this dirt, there is a flooring under there. So I don't think they slept in dirt. Now, in these things that I think were barracks, a couple of things I noticed. There's a little vent right there. So I wonder if there was some sort of a like you were able to heat here somehow with coal or wood, and that would take out at least most of the smoke. And also, if you notice, going all the way down through, the ceiling here is beveled. Kind of a beveled downward, almost like a scoop. I wonder what that was for. To maybe, I don't know, keep the smoke from going downward, or heat from escaping, or I don't know. If anybody knows, put it in the comment below. I'd really like to know. Huh. Looks like there's stairs going down there. Let's find out what's down there, if anything. I wonder if it has anything to do with those storage holes. Oh yeah, it does. Look at that. Look at the size of that cannon. Woo-hoo! That's a big one. Just imagine one of those bad boys all the way down this battery. Wow. And you're not even seeing the whole battery. It goes down even further around the corner. And all the way the other way too. That's a lot of cannon. And that is the hot shot furnace. Definitely needed one of these close by. Well, exploring Fort Knox was really neat. I really appreciate you coming along with me. Now, don't forget to stay tuned, because we're going to have a lot more adventures in Maine.